It's over 9,000, and I'm not just talking about my power level. I'm talking about the trophies that we've officially got in Clash Royale after playing this game for 11 days. So we're very, we're still very new to Clash Royale. That excuse is going to be gone pretty soon. We got to 9,000 trophies in 11 days without knowing anything about Clash Royale, mainly because we have been hard bodied carried by our max level deck. Now I have another deck here that I played about 2 or 3 games on stream on ladder and queued into like 1 game on the trophy road grind, and we've lost 2 of those games and won 2 of those games. So we're 2-2, 50% win rate for us. Well, who knows nothing, but absolutely carried by these cards. But the main deck I've been playing is Royal Giant, and that's because this is what I was recommended to play in my first YouTube video. When someone says, hey, if you like Giant, you're gonna like Royal Giant more, and I said, all right, well, I'm gonna go and get the Royal Giant, and we've been playing it since then. I had Monk taken out of this deck originally, and you guys are going to see 2 of my losses in my 2 wins to get to the point of getting 9,000 trophies in today's video. And you'll see, obviously you're not going to see the best gameplay in the world. If you're coming to see the top players, I ain't one. Okay, if you're coming to see somebody learn how to get better at this game, maybe I'm your guy. We've hit the wall in terms of how much or when skill is going to be needed in Clash Royale when you're doing a pay to play or pay to win route. 8,500 trophies is what I'm seeing. The amount of skill I believe that's right now required, at least at my level, where it's like only 11 days, only memorize some cards, don't know the entire card pool, don't know all the elixir stuff, just learning what a kiting is, just learned what the pocket was a few days ago, and all these other like tactics and stuff like that. For what I've jam-packed in for 11 days, this is what we've been doing, or should I say we've been truly carried by just having max level cards. And 8,500 trophies is when I had to start thinking a bit more, when I had to start thinking about how am I going to be doing effective pushing, how am I going to be doing effective trading, when should I be deploying my bar barrels, aka the barbarian barrels. Every time I see somebody use a goblin barrel, I am just on it with the barbarian barrel, knowing that I'm gonna cycle towards getting this one card as that one card counter, to just blow them up for that, because I believe that is a positive elixir trade, right? Because the goblin barrel is 3, so yeah, we're always getting a positive elixir trade on that. Knowing when my opponent's going to play a higher level unit like a Mega Knight, I didn't have any true defense for Mega Knight, or at least I didn't know within my deck what was the true defenses for Mega Knight when I had the Monk out. But now Monk has actually, for me at least, I'm not sure if it's the most optimal, but Monk has been a great counter towards Mega Knight. And throughout these games, I'm just still learning, and I do like the fact that we are losing more, so I can learn why and get better. And that's just a part of the road towards getting 10,500 trophies, because that's where we get to unlock rank and we get to play more and experience even more pain. Like I said, when it comes to card games, I'm probably a masochist, man. I like getting my ass beat so I could come right back and then try to come out on top. So we're a long ways away from that. This is going to be our first official full month in a season of playing Clash Royale, and I'm kind of excited to see exactly what all these cards are going to do. So hopefully you guys enjoy the rest of this video, and I'll be catching you guys with more videos coming soon, so stay tuned. All right, so we're playing our game towards the road to 9,000 or over 9,000, and in this one we are going to start off with Hunter on the right. I always feel bad when our opponents give us like a good luck manual, because we're over leveled. They drop Sparky, and at this point in time I was still trying to see exactly if I just played random units with very little knowledge, can we just spam our way to a victory? And very evident there's a lot of games where that just was not the case. Sparky has been like my arch nemesis since I've been playing this game for about now 11 days at the time of this particular recording, and we were getting blown up and exposed for it. Mini P.E.K.K.A.'s on the left hand side, and I'm just eating that damage, which I should not have to be doing. Like, it took me a while to realize that maybe I could have played the skeletons there, but they already took my tower, and at this point it's game over, because we just got exposed for just being bad. So no matter how many things you buy, there's always going to be somebody better than you, especially, or more knowledgeable than you. You can have all of the money in the world, but it's not going to necessarily buy you skill. Now this does put me on the fast track against playing against better players. That's, you know, essentially what I've learned through this experiment. And just my thoughts are like, this was going to happen regardless, like, because I played other card games. But here you have Sparky just blowing my shit up legitimately. You know, the giant is just distracting my king tower, and Sparky is about to get another blast off on me, I believe, or no, I did it. Okay, so but at this point the game is over, right? The game is over. I know the game is over, and so does the opponent. And this is, at this point in time, is where I realized that because a lot of people are playing Sparky on ladder, that, you know, what I was utilizing beforehand, I need to change. So I took the skeleton out of the deck and re-added the monk into my deck for the next few games, and I figured that this would give me a better defense because I'm still learning things, but I figure that the monk I feel comfortable with in the deck, and so that's why I decided that, you know what, let's play the monk and let's see how things will go. So after that game, we did like one or two more, and we're now back at the rank of 8907. We're gonna play Royal Ghost on the left hand side. They just hit us with the Goblin Barrel, which we're starting to remember, and had I cycled faster into the Hunter, maybe I could have just fought it with the Bar Barrel. But we're gonna continue our warpath. I see that they have what's the Firecracker, so I'm gonna play down Monk. They also just played down their Mega Knight, and we pop Monk's ability, which is gonna bounce the log back into their tower, which we're learning more of. And I mean, like, we had the Firecracker, I'm pretty sure they were popping off, and Monk was just like, thou shalt not pass. So we're over here just, you know, still being the tower's ass. At this point in time, we decide to barbell that, which I honestly could have let go. I need to realize in this game that my towers can, you know, take care of these, you know, these units with like lower health. I Spirit on the left hand side, which I realized I could use that as a distraction. Once again, I don't have my bar barrel ready for these goblin barrels, so I use Hunter, which I believe from what everybody in chat has been telling me is a much better counter if I don't have the bar barrel up. On the right hand side, I see that they did the skeleton army, so we're gonna bar barrel that. Probably did it way too late. I need to get better on the reaction time. You know, honestly, being an unk, your reaction time is kind of cooked anyway. But this is just, it's gonna take reps and just more just playing the game and learning what are good counters. They have Mega Knight, and you know, I've been just, every time I see Mega Knight, I just usually drop the monk in front of it because the monk could just like bully it and is bouncing around. But I think I dropped it a little bit too close, and Mega Knight just like popped me up in the air. Like, you know, it's like we doing launcher combos in Marvel vs. Capcom. Like that's kind of crazy. But we have Royal Ghost, evil Royal Ghost on the side. That is literally trying to cook, I believe that is their Valkyrie. And so the Valkyrie just cooks us because she spin the win. But this time we got the bar barrel for their goblin barrel. I think that was one of the better placements I've done in quite some time. We Royal Giant in the pocket to now start attacking their other Princess Tower. They have Mega Knight there, but our monk is now just putting, you know, boots to asses on them. I think I did the monk ability way too late, but we're gonna monk on the right hand side against their Mega Knight. I believe that's the minion horde, so we're learning with the names of these cards, and especially the card cost. They goblin barrel again, we bar barrel them. I think we had better placement, but we did miss one. So it could be better, but we're learning, and that's what the name of the game is. They Mega Knight, evil Mega Knight again, which did a lot of damage. But then I just decided to fireball, but we already had the game in the wraps because of Royal Giant. This game, I think, is one of those especially that we could have lost and should have lost because of the level difference, but we won. We go into the next game against JoJo, you know, playing against the JoJo characters out here, and we have a Hunter that's going to be placed on the left hand side, which, you know, I think that's fair to do since they have the Firecracker. I'm going to wait to place the monk just a little bit and then pop monk ability, which I probably should have popped it just a little bit sooner. Did not take any damage, but we reflect that back at the Firecracker Ice Golem they had, so we popped her. I don't even know what the card they try to play is, but that was destroyed as well. Monk was trying to get in those Princess Towers butt cheeks, and it did a little bit of damage. Okay, we have Royal Ghost on the right, which chopped that up, and then we chop up the Firecracker, and now I think we're in a really good position, which I'm just gonna Royal Giant in the back on the left hand side. They have a Hog Rider, which I'm trying to remember the better like cards against it. They fireballed us and I placed down the Hunter, so maybe I have a better option against the Hog Rider in that case, maybe with the Monk, but I decided to play the Monk, play the Monk in front of the Royal Giant to protect it a little bit. They have the cannon, so I think I should be able to like reflect some of those things, but I got the timing wrong once again. I bar barrel into their Firecracker to take it out, and we took that tower. The the Barbarian was trying to go for the other Princess Tower. They played a cannon there, and Monk, you know, once again helped out taking that away. They logged for no reason, I guess, but at this point the game is pretty wrapped up. Royal Giant in the pocket. Just gonna take their tower. Firecracker is there. I think at this point I just play the Hunter on the right, and we're waiting to play the Electric Spirit, which they Firecracker and blew it up. Possibly that was just terrible to begin with, and I bar barrel, trying to get the attention of the Hog Rider, which was a terrible thing, and lost my tower when I probably should have never lost my tower at that point. You know, I'm getting better at knowing when to, I guess, be a little bit more aggressive, and as you guys can see, I'm just throwing shit into the pocket now, and obviously this is probably not the best idea, the best moves to do, because I'm just leaving myself open for defense, because I'm going like an all-out offense. Like I'm even fireballing just for the sake of fireballing at this point, and just telling my opponent, can you stop this onslaught? Can you do anything to stop this? And now they're at 230 health, and I have Fireball Cycle coming back in, and I think at this point in time it's just Hunter and then Fireball for game if they can't stop it, and you know, that's how we won that particular game. I don't think I'm going to get away with any of that at the top levels, especially if I want to become a better player. All right, folks, so in this game we're gonna start off with Hunter on the left. I believe that's the Electro Giant, right? So I decided to use Royal Giant at the bridge, because I figured by the time this Electro Giant comes down, we should be able to take their tower, or at least do a lot of damage. Right, Royal Ghost on the right, followed by an East Spirit to keep their Electro Giant in place. A lot of this we're getting done mainly because we are over leveled, as we nearly just took their tower just from that. I think that's Phoenix that they played, and that's the first time I've actually seen this card, or like it's used against me, outside of just like going over the like the cards that are in this game. So that's Golden Knight, and I dropped the Fisherman here. I figured we can kill it. I'm still gonna have to get way better on our placements. We Royal Ghost on the right, since they're focusing on the left a little bit, and Fisherman yeah, I gotta remember that interaction, that he literally can just go to the other side, even with the cannon. I wait a little bit before I just decide to Royal Giant on the left side here, now that those other units on his side are dead. And at this point I think they might have given up. No, okay, they're still in the game. Okay, so they played Phoenix in the back. We got a Monk here, and what is that? They have another Golden Knight, and then I think I popped Monk's ability here. Yes, and then we reflect the bomb right back at them, or did we? No, we might have just actually just killed the tower. I thought we reflected a bomb. Monk is going to get rid of that cannon, and now it's just going to be spam, essentially. Well, not spam yet. We're gonna just take care of their Phoenix. Royal Ghost in the middle here, since it's evil Royal Ghost. We'll take down this particular tower. Electro Giant just ignores. Okay, and that should be the end of that tower. No. Okay, well, I'm just gonna RG in the pocket, bar barrel, and take that tower. By the time the Electro Giant is going to be doing anything, we should have this nearly wrapped up. We're gonna play a little bit of defense with the Fireball there. Fishermen at their tower. I tried to use bar barrel here. Then electro spirit. Like at this point I'm just like panicking. I just realized I'm just like, oh well, you know, we're panicking, and obviously I know I could have played that a lot better to not lose that much health on the tower, but this essentially just has it under wraps. And with this we are okay. Yeah, we're officially going to be at 9,000 plus trophies. So there we have it. We finally made it. Plus 9,000 trophies, 9,001 to be more exact.